My name is Jolene Zirkle, and I'm going to be talking about motivating employees and Kansas Mental Health and Guidance Center. Kansas Mental Health and Guidance Center is a small, rural community mental health center. We are located in the very northeast corner of the state of Kansas. We do have a catchment area that serves 4 counties. Those are Brown, Jackson, Donovan, and Nemaha counties. Within our agency, we have a couple of different departments. The outpatient department, the community-based services department, the community support services department, and then of course our administrative department kind of rounds it all out. The outpatient department has about 10 therapists, and also within that department is our medical staff, so our ARNP who provides psychiatric medication, and then we do have a child psychiatrist who provides services via televideo services. So she also has a staff member within that department. In that department, they provide a variety of services like individual therapy, family therapy, play therapy, PCIT, which is a kind of a specialized type of therapy that works with parent and children in their interactions. We have other specialties like DBT, types of services or types of therapies that some of our therapists do specialize in. The next department is the community-based services department. Or the CBS department. This department right now has about 13 staff. Now during the summer, that staff grows to about 25 as we bring on additional help to run our summer psychosocial groups. But for the rest of the year, they kind of go between 10 to 13 staff. These staff include attendant care workers, case managers, and there is a special services manager in that department as well. That department provides services like community psychiatric support treatment, or CPST, targeted case management, psychosocial groups, attendant care. Within that department, there is a specialized medical card that kids can apply for, families can apply for their children should their children meet the needs or meet the requirements of the program. That SED waiver will open up additional services like parent support, independent living, respite care if it is needed. And then there is the Community Support Services Department. This would be similar to the Community-Based Services Department, but this department serves people anywhere from ages 18 and up, where the CBS department served kids from 3 to about 22. So there is kind of that overlap there between the two departments. The services that are provided in the Community Support Services Department, or the CSS department, are very similar to those that are provided in the Community-Based Services Department, with the exception of, as an adult, you can receive peer support. That is a person who has self-identified as having a mental illness, and they go and obtain a specialized training and can provide peer support services. Then there is also supported housing and supported employment, which those in the CBS department would not be eligible for. And then there is the administrative department. These are our finance people, our medical records, our front office staff who greet the people, take phone calls as they come in. And then we have an executive leadership team, which would be the director for the Community Support Services, or the CSS department, the director for the CBS department, or the Community-Based Services department. The clinical director would be the outpatient department director. We have our HR manager, our HR director, our IT director, our CFO, our financial person, and then of course our CEO. That rounds out our executive leadership team, or ELT as we call them. So motivating staff within the department or within the agency has been challenging in the last year or two, actually. So up until about 2015, June of 2015, the agency was doing really well. Staff were meeting their monthly build targets, which is how we base our budget. We take the number of staff. The national average for build hours would be 100. We actually give them 90, so we're below the national average. So that's your build target that we want staff to hit every month. So staff were, up until about 2015, staff were hitting that target pretty regularly, monthly. Most staff were. Morale was really good. People were getting along. They were, happy to come to work. And then in about June of 2015, the CBS director resigned her position, and a new person came in, took that position, and started holding staff accountable. Staff who weren't making their build hours, she was holding them accountable. They were expected to, keep a regular schedule. They were expected to do certain things like fill out their schedule, whatnot, different things. And these are all things that the previous director really hadn't held them accountable for. Well, now that they were being held accountable, they just really didn't like it. And it caused some problems for quite a few of them. So there was some conflict, within the department. And in March of 2017, that director was removed from her position. And another director who happened to be an outpatient therapist was promoted to that position. And things continued to really, I shouldn't say continued, things started to really go downhill. From about March of 2017 to October of 2018, not 1 month during that period of time did any of the CBS staff meet their build hour targets of 90. The center faced a financial crisis because of that. Morale was really kind of at an all-time low. We lost a lot of staff, some in that department, but some in other departments, just because things were kind of really, really rough there. In February of 2018, because of the crisis that the agency was in, the CEO was forced to resign his position. And so we were kind of, we had an interim CEO who was our director of business at the time, kind of took over, and the new CEO came on board in August 1st of 2018, and in that period of time, he removed the CBS director from her position. So right now, currently, the CBS department does not have a director. They are currently doing much better. We did lose a couple more staff after that change, but they are doing much better and meeting their build hour targets, and that is really helping morale throughout the center. So what in the director of business operations has since retired, and kind of we split that position into the HR position and the CFO position. And so something that's become a big topic for our executive leadership team lately is motivating staff. And what we are trying to do is have more transparency with the executive leadership team and what is going on within the agency. We want staff to be informed of the financials. Are we hitting our targets? Are we not hitting our targets? We have recently completed a kind of a benefit survey. We split the staff into 4 different groups based on ages. to kind of keep them, the groups similar sizes. So we ask for their input on what benefits we offer as an agency, what they would like to see offered. Do they like the services? Do they not like the services? And then we gave them the opportunity to complete that same survey. I guess a little bit different, a couple different questions, but we gave them the opportunity to complete that on an individual basis. And some of the questions that we ask on that survey is, what do you like about the agency? What do you not like about the agency? What could you see change? Or what would you like to see change? What would make things easier for you to complete your job? And what we found is overall, of the staff that did complete the survey, they like the benefits package. There are some requests. There were actually several requests to provide or to offer the opportunity to purchase some add-ons like insurance, vision insurance or short-term disability, some AFLAC type services. Retirement was a big thing, and the agency does offer retirement. However, we do not match retirement. We simply will give you a percentage of your base pay, and you can choose to either take that as part of your salary or invest. We actually do not have a lot of buy-in in our in our retirement accounts, which we are looking at finding ways and kind of brainstorming some ways in which to increase participation in that. Retirement was something that was brought up on numerous of the surveys, and so we're kind of looking at some of those options as well. We looked at like our sick and vacation pay and versus like a paid time off type of system. Staff did not want to go to the paid time off or the PTO type of system. So we are looking at that. But the biggest thing that we heard in motivating our staff was communication, and it was not pay. So that was very promising to hear that those are things that we can do, we as a leadership team can do without additional cost to the agency. So it is important, I think, to note that money is not always the motivating factor when it comes to motivating your staff. Have a good day.